got taken down for some reason. I don't know why, but I'm just here to do probably a 15-minute redo over it. I'm going to talk about NXT Portland because for some reason it got taken down. But the first match was Keith Lee defending his North American Championship against Dominic Dijakovic, which this was really, really, really good. A great match. Loved it. So much back and forth in this. Like, there was a lot of back and forth in this match. Loved this. Dominic jumped off like a Rey Mysterio basically, and just jumped off the top and literally landed on Keith Lee on a chair. Like, there was a lot of good shit to this match. Like, a lot of good shit. They were literally looking like luchadors in this match. Excellent opener. And Keith Lee hits his finisher, 1, 2, 3, and retains the North American title in an excellent, excellent match. This was great. Loved this. He shakes hands with Dominic, and yeah, great match to start the show. Then we head into a street fight for two former best friends at least. It's Dakota Kai versus Tegan Knox in a street fight. Really good match. I enjoyed this. A lot of back and forth in this as well. Tegan was trying to kill Dakota, literally murder her, literally beat the shit out of her. A lot of good stuff in this, honestly. It ends with Raquel debuting and choke slamming Tegan through a table that botched in the end. And then Dakota gets the win in a, like I said, it was good. I enjoyed this. Good little match. And then, of course, we go into Finn Balor versus Johnny Gargano for basically the person who is the top of NXT, basically, is what I thought of this. Like, you got the OG versus the new OG. So this was great. And, hey, Jordan, my bad. I'm redoing this because it got taken down for some reason. So it's not a second show. I just have to redo it. But, yeah, thanks for joining me, brother. I appreciate it. Finn Balor versus Johnny Wrestling was great. Loved this match. This was the best match of the show, in my honest opinion. Great stuff. A lot of good stuff in this. Like, it's kind of hard to talk about. Like, there's so much different near falls, different parts, different moves. Like, Gargano, Balor are two of my absolute favorites, and this was great. This was really, really good. Finn Balor looked awesome. He destroyed Gargano in the end. Literally did his finisher off with his feet and just squashed his ribs. Hit the his finishing move. I don't know what the move's called, but he basically drilled the dude on the ground and pinned him 1, 2, 3, and yeah, Finn Balor gets the win. And this was excellent. This was excellent. Great stuff. Love Balor. Love Gargano. Excellent match. Excellent match. And then we get to Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley for the women's title. This was another good match. I enjoyed this. Pretty solid for the most part. Rhea gets her finisher in the end and then slams her off the second rope and gets the pin. 1, 2, 3. Bianca looked good in it. It just, like, it was a good match. I just figured Rhea would retain. And then after the match, Charlotte Flair would show up, beat her down, and say she wants her at WrestleMania 20. WrestleMania 37 or 36. I think it was 36 at the time. But yeah, she challenged her for the women's title. Solid. I enjoyed Bianca versus Rhea for the women's title, truthfully. I didn't like Charlotte Flair showing up. Not a fan of that. Not a fan at all. But it is what it is. Good little match. I would have went with Bianca. I'm a big Bianca fan. But then we get to Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne challenging for the tag team titles against Kyle and Bobby Fish. This was a fun match. I enjoyed this. A lot of back and forth. Honestly. Like, there was a lot of back and forth with freaking Bobby and Kyle. Like, they work great as a tag team. And Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle, they work good as a tag team as well. So I really enjoyed this. And we got new champs, new tag team champions in the end. Matt Riddle and Pete Dunne win, and it was a good match. I enjoyed it for the most part. I did. Pretty damn good match. And then we get to the main event, which was one of my favorite parts, Ciampa versus Adam Cole for the World Championship. This was great. So much back and forth in this match, so much wrestling, so much kicks, so much punches. You got Adam Cole's boys showing up, and then just Ciampa's throwing them around, launching Cole onto him, takes them all out. He goes for his finisher, tries for the 3, no ref. He looks at the world title, and there's his best friend Johnny Gargano standing right there at him, and then he hits him with the world title, and Adam Cole retains in the end. Which this was an excellent pay per view from the first match with Keith Lee and Dominic to the street fight to the Finn Balor Gargano, which was match of the night, to Bianca and Rhea, which was the worst part of the whole show. I would say would be Charlotte showing up. I just don't care for her, and I didn't want her to challenge Rhea at the time. So other than that, everything else I enjoyed from the show. Even like Riddle, Pete Dunne versus Kyle and Bobby, that was great. Loved that match. Ciampa Cole, excellent. Loved that as well. I can't really say like there was much to the show I didn't like. This show was a 4 out of 5, other than Charlotte Flair showing up. Just didn't care for that personally, but for sure, Riddle or Finn Balor, Johnny Wrestling, Dominic and Keith Lee, and Ciampa and Cole are the main 3 matches that made me just go crazy. Like they were great. I would even add in that street fight was good, but the tag team championship was solid. I enjoyed it, and then the women's match was good. Nothing bad or anything like that. I just personally those 3 things I said were the best parts of this whole show, and yeah, NXT Takeover Portland, great show. Loved the crowd. NXT at this time was so damn good. I miss it. I truthfully do. But this card was really good, and yeah, a heel turn from Johnny Wrestling shocked me. Honestly, I did not see that coming, but it did happen, and I just personally the first heel turn with Ciampa was great, but then after I wouldn't have kept turning them against each other. I thought that was stupid. But honestly, this was a great show. I had to redo it because we literally just got off live, and then for some reason it kicked it off or deleted. I don't know what happened, but I want you guys to have this on here, so I got back on here. It's going to be a shorter episode, unfortunately, because I don't have that much battery left, but I just wanted to come back on here and say what happened because this takeover was excellent. This was Takeover 2020, the first one, and this was probably the last one that I honestly enjoyed personally. Keith Lee, Dominic, such good shit. Finn Balor, Johnny Gargano, so good. Rhea and Bianca was awesome. Riddle, Pete Dunne versus Kyle and Bobby, loved it. The main event with Cole. Adam Cole is so damn good. So damn good. Such a good heel. And Ciampa is such a good heel too, but he's such a good babyface as well. And this crowd loved him. And then, of course, Johnny Gargano turning heel at the last second. I did not see that coming, honestly. Like, I did not. But give me 1 second. My bad. Cat issues again. But back to this. This was great. Loved this pay-per-view. Really loved it. Great stuff. Takeovers at this time are always delivering. We're going to be doing Takeover Dallas on Sunday night, I'm sure, or something like that maybe. But I do want to talk about that one as well, because I want to get a lot of NXT Black and Gold on here because that's been my favorite time. But yeah, this was great. I really enjoyed this takeover, and I'm excited, man. Hopefully NXT gets better, but it'll never top this era. NXT Black and Gold was great. It was more wrestling, but I loved it all, truthfully. And Gargano Balor was such a damn good match. Absolutely loved it. Ciampa Cole loved it. Dominic Keith Lee loved it. Those 3 top matches were the best ones on the show. Everything else was good, but these were the 3 best, in my honest opinion. But I'm excited though. But I do want to talk a little bit about Dynamite because tomorrow Mariah May gets against Nyla Rose for the Women's Championship, which I don't know why they're feuding again or why they're feuding at all. Like, this just makes no sense to me. And then we got Kyle Fletcher going against Okada for the Continental title, which doesn't make sense to me, but I'm sure the match will be good. But hopefully AEW Dynamite delivers tomorrow because so far 2 matches I'm not happy with. But I'm hoping it's a good show. Raw was good-ish. It had some good moments. It wasn't the best show this week, but I'm here hoping Dynamite will be better. But so far, I don't know. Hopefully no Chris Jericho. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, this card was excellent. Loved this. And yeah, like, we'll be talking about more takeovers in the next couple weeks. And like I said, it's going to be a shorter episode for this one because we just got off live, and for some reason it took us off. I apologize, but I wanted to make sure it got up here for you guys. But we will be back on tomorrow, me and Brandon, right after Dynamite. So leave a